No, don't unmute yet.
Check. Hello.
Hello.
We're just doing an audio check.
This is an audio check. Make sure they're both unmuted. It's going to be a bit of a delay, and then you should hear both their voices.
Allegedly. Oh.
Go ahead and switch the scene. Okay. Turn your volume down on your phone. Yep. Hello.
Ooh.
Hello. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
We're really doing. Look at this setup.
I was on the left of you last time.
I know. Now you're on my other
Is
left.
this your good side or your bad side?
My scam side.
It's your scam side.
My
Okay.
scam side.
Welcome. This is episode 13.
Episode 13 recap.
The 13 recap. I'm gonna be adjusting my mic like crazy. I'm gonna be moving around.
So we have like a new. This is our new like news desk setup for just this. This is the ever evolving thing, and this is a very special recap here because we have a special guest with us outside of Birdie Country, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, we do. We have two guests. We got Birdie Country coming up to talk about our review of their most recent submission, their only submission.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk with them. Is the whole band in there?
I think the whole band's here.
That's awesome. And we also have
Wicker Basket.
Wicker
Basket.
I want to make sure you can hear that. Yep.
Yo, that's sick.
We got Wicker Basket, a guest producer, in the house with the drops.
Say what?
This is going to be a good one.
This is so...
You know what it's going to be?
This one is a doozy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
It's a full disclosure moment. Monocle engaged.
So if you're wondering,
wild.
this is hands free. We got a producer today, Wicker Basket,
Yeah.
our good friend and great artist who was on episode 1, is in the line producing chair, dropping the drops.
Dropping the drops. Sorry, I'm just trying to...
Woo! Ooh, that's hot. You can probably bring that down a little bit.
Yeah, that's super hot.
R.I.P. headphones.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if our guests could even hear all those drops, so I don't know if it's going
That's
through.
okay.
For our guests who are listening on backstage, we got Birdie Country backstage. There's just so many drops going on, and Jeremy is allowing us to focus on the show in a way that we were not able to before.
Exactly. It's just been a 2-man, sometimes 3 with our line producer Cassie as well, creative consultant Cassie, but otherwise it's just been Julio and I. Julio manning the computer.
Yeah, and so when I'm doing this a lot when I'm broadcasting, and now I'm not. Now I can look right at you. Which camera? Here. We're right
here. Yeah, this
We're
is the hot ones. This camera, this camera, this camera.
That's theirs. I don't know which one.
Anyway.
We got 2 cameras in front of us.
Yo, we have Josh Fink in the chat saying turn it up.
Turn what up?
Turn what up, Josh?
Turn what do you want up?
Scott Dixon says dope drops sound great.
Okay. He doesn't know. He said turn it up. Turn it up, level up. We're in the Level Up program on Facebook, which means you can send us stars. We get 1 penny for every star you send. Feel free to send it. You're just tuning in. We are doing Bandscamps episode 13 live recap, Hot West Michigan singles in your area.
Singles. This is our second singles episode.
I also want to say there's a little alarm clock. You can hit that, and you will follow us automatically, and it will let you know every time we go live. It's really convenient. We go live about once a week.
Exactly. Man.
Oh, Josh said the horns in your headphones. Turn them up in my headphones.
He says, "Don't look at me."
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
All right. This was a great episode.
This was a really fun episode.
We got new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, and we reviewed 4 different records. 1 from Woots.
1 from Woots.
Singles.
Singles.
We call them records. They call them records today.
Whatever.
Singles. 4 singles. 1 by Woots.
1 by Silent Spirit.
1 by Jake Simmons.
And finally 2 by Birdie Country.
Yeah, I think it's a single.
It's a single.
You know, maxi single, right?
Remember cuss singles?
I think that's a good question to ask them because it was on vinyl. It'd be like a 7-inch, right?
Right.
Awesome. What should we talk about before we bring them on? We can bring them on pretty fast. We guys kind of rush this episode a little bit. So, what did we get right?
I think I don't know. I feel like we kind of nailed it on the head with a lot of these, just because the amount that we talked about them, none of these singles I don't think lived in the Unscampy Valley.
No, they didn't. They all had a lot to talk about. We had 4 to do. We also were doing like a tech test the whole time.
Yeah.
So we had to do that. Had to get that going. And so we really rushed through them, but I think we were really succinct, and I think that maybe we were more intrigued than we were disappointed by any of them. You know, even I think we gave Jake Simmons like not the greatest review, but I'm definitely intrigued about his music.
Absolutely.
And I'm waiting for a time to devote to his music more because I know he's pretty prolific as well.
Exactly, and he's a staple in like the Kalamazoo punk scene and stuff.
Right. So like, what does it matter if I don't like the one thing that he did? You know,
that's the thing.
Much.
It's like I don't think people forget that like our opinions like don't matter.
No.
At all.
I mean, they matter somewhat, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No, irrelevant.
Got Jeremy. That made Jeremy laugh. That's good.
Hey.
We got an audience here for the first time ever. It's
we get some
of
actual
one.
feedback
Audience
here.
of one. We'll turn the camera and you can say hi at some point. What else? What did we get wrong?
What did we get wrong, man?
Liner notes.
Liner notes, probably. I don't know if we talked about the album art with this one.
With Birdie Country?
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about album art with any of them, except for Silent Spirit.
Yeah, we really screwed the
Did we
on
mess that
one.
up?
Yeah.
So
we fucked up.
okay, so maybe let's talk about album art right now.
Let's talk about album arts. Let's pull it up here.
Yeah. Jeremy, go ahead. If you want to pull up,
I'll pull it up on my phone here, but then have Jeremy on.
Yeah, so Jeremy, the producer, this is the thing you can do if you want to. Pull up the browser and pull up these singles. If you want to, of the album art. We got Birdie Country up at least. Let's pop that up.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell if you're doing it, so.
I'm doing it. All right, so this one here, I'm doing it.
Okay.
It looks like it's like a building that says Birdie Country on it. It's got like that heavy kind of like promise ring vibe.
Is that Photoshop? It
I
does.
don't know.
Ooh, it looks really promising.
Does it look like the promise ring?
Nothing feels good.
Yeah, nothing feels good.
Yeah, it looks
promise
like
ring
promise
vibe.
ring. Nothing feels good.
Yeah, we'll see if they.
Oh, he did it. Look, Jeremy did it.
Good job, babe.
Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, make it real big. Make it real big for the audience. Whoa. Put some more drops in too.
Yeah.
And turn the drops up and.
I'm kind of thinking this is a similar thing to like Radiator Hospital,
Okay.
where they saw a sign and they're like, "That's their name now."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
My first band was named Formula 409.
That's a terrible band name.
What kind of music do you think we were?
It was probably hardcore.
No, it eventually became hardcore. We tried to be ska, but we couldn't do it. There was like
All right, that's a good ska name.
it was called Formula 409, and we were like an 8-piece middle school ska band.
Oh man, this hurts.
But hold on, it gets better. We couldn't figure out how to do it, so half of them quit, and the other half of us went on to just make punk music. But like the half that quit,
That's so
the half
sick.
that quit, like quit forever.
Dude.
Like
They just quit music.
They just stopped playing music.
Dude,
forever.
every ska
It's a full
band.
disclosure moment.
Yes, it is. You could turn those drops up a little bit now. I think that's
My favorite member of every ska band is that it's always like their like high school buddy who always wears like the high school hoodie with shorts and like flip flops.
Oh yeah.
He's just like, man, he's just like the most like uncool.
Ooh,
looking
hoodie.
dude.
Not a hoodie and flip flop person.
No.
Jeremy, you can bring my vocals down a tiny tear.
So okay, Birdie Country. That it's got like this building that says Birdie Country on it.
Thank you.
Very Midwestern vibes.
Definitely.
So that kind of like sets the stage for me at least. Thinking, I'm gonna get some kind of like Americana emo vibe, and I
Yeah.
think we were pretty spot on about that.
I think so too. We listened to a little bit of this morning too. All three of us did, and we definitely got more emo, even more
More
like
Modest
Modest
Mouse.
Yeah. We all kind of were like Modest Mouse. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't know. You want to talk to the band?
Yeah, let's talk about that. They're right now backstage on
They're
the internet.
backstage. Jeremy, go ahead and give us a second before we switch. Yeah, and they're gonna go ahead and unmute your mics, everybody.
Hey guys.
Awesome. Yo! Let me know, and then just point when that scene's live, Jeremy. Let me know. We're live.
All right,
cool.
we're
Hey,
live.
everybody.
Hey, Bandscamps.
Hey, welcome,
up?
welcome. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Taylor, how
Great.
are you?
Good. I'm gonna adjust our headphones real quick, for something.
Yeah. So we have looks like Jake here, Taylor, Trevor, and Matthew or Matt.
We're just missing Sam. But
Oh,
doing
we're
something
missing
for
one
work.
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Missing Sam. Okay. So, okay, this is what we always like to start out with the bands is asking them, what is Birdie Country?
It's a band.
All right, there it is.
Can you get?
All right, thanks for dropping by, guys.
Keep giving me lots of that. No, I don't think that answer is all that terrible.
No,
because
it's not.
I was thinking
No.
about that question. That's a hard question to answer.
It
man.
is.
Are you doing that on purpose?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, because it
I
just
mean,
makes it.
it incites a pretentious response, and I honestly just don't want to give it. I feel like a lot of bands try to inflate like they're more than a band, and we're really not. We're just a band.
I actually really respect that answer, so I appreciate that.
I was actually on the porch thinking about that question because he asked that of every band, and I was like, that's kind of an unfair question. Like I would kind of be snotty about it. I'd be like, man, I'm a band.
I don't think that's an unfair
Not
que-
that you were snotty.
I think it's a good question because it assumes that like there's depth to the band.
Yeah.
And I think like that shows respect to the bands.
Well, I think it just puts them on the spot. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, this whole thing is on the spot.
Well, okay, fine.
So like I guess our whole interview process is like the equivalent of us FaceTiming you without like asking you.
Yeah.
Just like giving you
Yeah.
like no context FaceTime call.
Hey, how about everyone goes around and says their name and says what they play?
Okay, we'll start with Taylor because I
Yeah.
like the look of his room.
Zoom call extraordinaire. Yeah, so I'm Taylor. I play guitar now. Used to play bass. You'll notice if you look in our older stuff, but we've made a change, and we'll get to that when we get down the line here. But yeah.
Trevor.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. My name is Trevor. I now play bass thanks to Taylor's very noble sacrifice. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, having a lot of fun.
Awesome, and you're joining us by voice only. I see here.
Yeah, our first voice only guy.
Lovely.
Yeah, made it work. Made it work.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so
For
much
sure.
for coming on.
Jacob.
Absolutely.
I'm Jake. I play drums. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. And
He
Matt.
does
Wicker
the dancey
Basket.
beat that he does legs. Which Jake has added a lot to our band. We had a different drummer on like every single other release before this one.
Okay.
And it was a friend of ours, and he was never like I don't want to like put him down. He was a great guy, great drummer, but I just feel like Jake brought something different to the band, and like something that we desperately needed, which is just like creative drums.
The notebook.
Okay.
And I feel like Jake's drums are. I just want to get off on a tangent. He didn't say much. Jake, that's another staple of Jake. He's a pretty cliche drummer personality, and the fact that he's kind of quiet till you get to know him. He'll really open up. He's a great band member, but he won't talk about himself the way I'm about to, which is like he writes almost melodic drums, and
Totally.
that's something that I really like. Like if you just listen to the drum tracks from the latest songs, you can almost decipher the melody of the vocals or like the guitar leads. Like he does a really good job at not only setting a nice rhythm, but somehow making his drums more of a melodic instrument.
Totally. I think we talk about that a little bit too, just how the drums have like this dancey kind of disco feel almost.
Yeah, they has a great
yeah, really good
dancey
grooves. And so Matt, are you the singer and guitarist as well?
Yeah, I sing and play acoustic guitar now mostly. That's
Okay.
a transition for us. So we added our fifth member, Trevor. Right before we record these songs, he's been in the band since like the fall. Where
Okay.
I like to say most bands, COVID's wreaked havoc on the workforce altogether, right? Like employers have downsized like crazy, but through all of that, Birdie Country has held true. And in fact, we've increased our staff by 20%, and we've added Trevor. But
Love that.
so
yeah,
we
that's
have
the
5
thing.
people now.
Okay, sweet.
So 3 guitars, a bass, and drum.
Awesome. What was the reason for adding a new person? Was it just because they vibed with you guys, or just you wanted an extra layer?
Yeah, we just felt like we could do more musically. We kind of been operating as a 4-piece for a while. Taylor had been experimenting more and more with playing guitar in active roles and other projects.
Uh-oh,
I
we
think we
lost
lost him.
I think we lost him.
All right.
Yep.
He's out of here. It's boot him.
Sorry.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, are you doing one of those
But
car rant
Taylor-
videos? Is that why you're in the car?
Yeah. Oh, you missed that. You
Yeah, he
missed
did.
that.
Like he did a
Did
fake
you?
one. Yeah, it was really funny.
I had the idea of doing some local music reviews, but you're in the. I'm doing a car rant like
Oh my
about them,
God.
like all mad about how good they are.
Dude.
Your phone's not
Yeah.
going to auto-rotate anymore, so you might as well flip it back the other way and do true car rants now.
The
Yeah.
thing about Freedom Bandscamps is much like this Speedway coffee, it ain't free. All right.
I
So
love it.
Awesome.
back to
That's
bands.
that's prime. That is band stuff.
That is scampy.
A rant in a truck
Yeah.
by a guy I barely met. That sounds like tour.
Yeah, I think my
That sounds
mind's.
like- that sounds like a tour I did.
I think my mind's about to change.
Speaking of tours, so with like shows maybe happening again soon, are there plans? I mean, you can be secret about it, but what do you have any like thoughts about the outdoor show situation as a band? Have you guys had these kind of talks like with each other? We haven't even talked about it.
No.
Sorry, my Zoom keeps cutting in and out.
That's
I'm
okay.
in a
You
truck.
can do-
They're all
Yeah,
they're all waiting on you to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah. Feel free
that,
to
though. I know
field
that we've been
questions, Taylor.
Yeah, we've been talking about booking some stuff, some outdoor stuff. We're a 100% full vax band now, so we're welcoming the opportunity to hopefully get
Let's get a
back
drop. Let's get a
indoor
vax
venues.
drop.
Yo, come on.
We're hoping to get indoors here sooner rather than later for some great shows as well.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we're working on some stuff. Now that we've got some releases out
It
there.
seems like it happened so fast, like it was like no shows and all of a sudden like I guess go ahead and do shows. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need time to adjust to
Me
stuff.
too.
And so I always feel like
I got like stressed like looking at that, like the update about the plan, the schedule, and I was like, I'm not ready that.
We're seeing them get booked though. I mean, like bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
Yeah.
bunch of tour announcements, bunch of festivals, stuff like that. So yeah, we're hoping to get our band back in the game.
Mhm.
I'm sure
and,
it's
back in the
gonna
world.
be like Gold Rush. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a lot of why we have been doing the live streaming thing is because like I don't even know if I'm ready to like engage in that way with people as a performer. As an audience member, maybe I'm into it, but as a performer, I don't know. But I could do something like this.
Yeah,
you
this
know?
is pretty chill, and
Yeah.
we've been doing like incrementally too, which is nice.
Man, it's exciting though,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, we're hoping to do
super
something.
exciting.
Yeah. Are you guys like a West Michigan? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's super exciting. I mean, we the whole reason that personally, I wanted to be in a band from the beginning is just to play shows, and when that gets taken away, obviously, like the drive kind of starts to peter out, and it takes like a lot of creative ideas to try to keep yourself motivated and like inspired to stay in a band, which I feel like everyone kind of ran into that in this past year that's in a band that values playing live. I think that first and foremost, we always have been a live band, but it has been nice to retool ourselves. And I think that was kind of our inspiration for these latest singles, is like, well, since we have nothing else to do, let's put a lot of time, energy, and even our money and sink it into like some good quality recordings of these new songs. I feel like recordings were always important to us, but they were never the priority until this year. Mm-hmm. And that's why we kind of like linked up with our producer that we use now. It's Nick Diener of the Swellers, and he also did like Pilot by Hot Mulligan, some hexing stuff, if you've heard of that band.
Yep.
But we had some mutual friends with him, and so reached out, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard of you guys. It'd be awesome to work with you." I was like, "Oh, nice. Nick Diener of the Swellers heard of us." And so we linked up with him, and that was like the most fun recording experience. I think we all kind of unanimously agreed afterwards is the most fun recording experience we'd ever had.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw that you guys recorded at Wonder Studios or whatever. That he does like pedals as well, which is pretty sick.
Oh yeah, Trevor bought one of them, right? The Red Rider.
Yep, got the Red Rider distortion. It's fun, man.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? What needs to be cleared up?
We're gonna have different answers on this, so I'm gonna defer to Taylor first.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we can talk album art for a sec because you brought it up, and you're like, "Is this Photoshop?" Shout out to our good friend Jenna who did the Photoshopping.
Oh, nice.
That is the Oyo Hotel, the old hotel in the middle of nowhere where Nick Diener's studio is. So we stayed there. And we're like, we had a bunch of photos taken. I think that was one of the ones that we took on film, and we just were like, let's pick one and use it for the album art.
That's so sick.
So, it was.
And
jumping off of that, if Easter egg is hiding inside the album art, and if you find it before the end of the episode, let us know. And if you haven't, then we'll tell you at the end
Easter egg?
where and what.
No.
Are we allowed to zoom, or is that cheating?
Search diligently, Dan. Taylor, continue about what they got wrong or right.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that we're such a hard band to define in terms of genre and sound, and we struggle with that regularly. People are like, "Oh, what kind of band are you?" And we're like, "Yes, we are a band. We do make music." So it was fun to listen to you try and figure that out. And it was fun watching that like devolve throughout. Like, "Oh, this is Americana. Wait, is he rapping? What are we doing here?" This has early 2000s vibes. But I would say one thing that was super right that I really thought you nailed was, the soundtracks, Smallville, style,
nice.
2000 soundtracks. We go for that. We're big fans of the early 2000s vibes, Matt especially. And
I think that really comes through.
For sure.
That really does. Are you all hesitant or like resistant to being classified?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like at first I was the most resistant to it because I feel like I had a very distinct vision of what we should be, but then I've become a lot more open to it because I think it's really fun to hear other people like what they hear in our music, because we're all different people. We're different musicians with different tastes, and those will shine through in their own ways, and different people are going to pick up on those. Like the folksy stuff, Taylor and Trevor have both played in like folksy bands in the past, and Americana bands. And like, I never would have considered us in that vein. But it is interesting to hear like two guys that our first impressions are like, "Oh, there's some folkiness in this." And I'm like, well, it shines through because everyone brings a little bit of something different into the sound. And I think it's really fun to let people with varied musical backgrounds, people like you, to kind of discuss in a way that's, rooted in your own preferences of music, and like, so exactly what you're listening for, whether you're not just listening to like the vocals and the lyrics like most people do. Like you actually listen to the full track, and that's really fun for me to hear what you take out of that.
Some people, I think some artists that we review are hesitant to being criticized in some way, or not criticized, being classified in some way.
like we had I think was it last week's thing with Nate Donovan?
Yeah, the last week or 2 weeks ago.
He has like very heavy emo vibes, and he was very resistant to it, which we were trying to call him on his bullshit on it.
Yeah.
People treat that as a dirty word. I don't like.
Yeah.
I think
Emo?
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they associate it like closely with the swoopy haircuts of Sleeping with Sirens or something like that, and like that's not all emo is. It's so much more than that, and it can encompass like it's in every genre now. Like it's Post Malone, it's like Machine Gun Kelly now, and it's like
Exactly.
it's people that you would not normally associate. It was Lil Wayne before that. Like if you remember his emo rap punk pop song,
That was
like,
a hot mess.
ridiculous, and
It's been a part of it forever. I mean, like what like Fugazi Waiting Room, like that dude's rapping.
Yeah.
100%.
And like these even like these rappers, young rappers and stuff, like they grew up like listening to emo too.
Yep. Ooh, we got a different shot here. So
Yeah.
Jeremy, that might change how that change anything for our display. Cool.
All right.
We got Jeremy on that.
So what was I gonna say? Oh, the Easter egg. Is the Easter egg the track names on the door?
It is.
Oh,
Got it.
You got it really fast.
Hell yeah.
Were you a Where's Waldo kid?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I think everyone was, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, if you went
you had to like Where's
if you
Waldo.
if you went to like a doctor's office, there like a doctor's lab waiting room, there's Where's Waldo and like highlights.
Doctor's office, Mr. Millionaire over here.
Oh. You did.
Growing up, going to the doctor.
Easy there.
Must be nice.
Ooh, healthcare.
Let's keep going. What else did we get right, or what did we get wrong?
Exactly.
That's the most fun one.
That's my favorite.
It's my favorite too. That's why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know what Jake thinks about your analysis of the kick drum and that you didn't like it.
Who didn't like the kick? Me or Dan?
Engaged.
Someone didn't like the kick. I don't remember.
Well, you gotta remember one. It was Dan.
It was probably me.
Oh. All right.
I just took that as the production side of the kick more as like the actual kick pattern. So I hope.
Well, I know we had some discussion in the mixing process too, some feedback with the kick when we were doing some mixing, and I think that we got it where we liked it, but apparently not for everyone.
I think we need to bust out the
Yeah,
because we're getting a little monocally over
this
here.
is, I think, a little monocle moment.
Engaged.
All right.
Monocle engaged.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I think as far as what you got right, I really appreciated you identifying 0 and 0. We call it 0 and 0.
It was too much of an exclusive.
Yeah, too much monocle.
All right, put the hats away.
Yeah, sorry,
Full
sorry guys.
disclosure moment.
There we go. Go. Okay, we're back.
But
It was the monocle.
Getting back on it, like we call it 0 and 0.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really relevant. It's just that you identified, you're like, this is like a rap structure. And that's exactly what it is. That's 100% true. That's how the song was written. And it's up that vein. And I don't think anyone else probably would have heard that so quickly. And I know you only listened to it once. You said so on the podcast. So that was a really good catch by you.
Yeah, and we did listen to it this morning again, too.
Mm-hmm.
The listen we had this morning was actually really nice.
It was really enjoyable.
We were really like rushing to set up all this gear, but I noticed that we like commented a couple times on it. We liked it, and then all of a sudden it was over.
Yeah,
it was like I think Jeremy is this the same band? Yep. And then all of a sudden it was over. So that's actually a testament to we had a chance to listen to it not like critically with critical ears, just like our normal listening ears.
And it was
great.
Really good.
It was great.
Yeah, they're two really great songs.
Totally.
Yeah.
What else we get wrong?
I think you kind of got an inherent bias from our band name, which happens a lot. And I didn't expect it to happen so much when the band was first named. I expected like elderly relatives that don't really know much about music to just be like, oh, you're in a country band. But it's not just, I think that you took some of those biases and you were expecting to hear something and you kind of made it more than it was. Like the Americana-ness and the folksiness, I don't deny that that's in there, but I think you took those biases right away from hearing about the band name and took that into your first listen, and like you were waiting to hear that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think, but you said it's there. You said it was there, right?
It's there.
So does it matter by? I don't know how if it matters by which route we got there. Even if we used our ears to get there.
I suppose. I just it's a matter of like prevalence, and I just don't know.
Okay.
Taylor knows more about this angle of stuff. He would argue much more that we have folksy presence, and I would say we don't. But
viewers, listeners, what do you think about Birdie Country?
Yeah.
Are they folky? My phone died, so I cannot check comments.
I think if you listen to these two newest releases, you may
okay.
say yes. If you listen to some of our older releases, you would probably pull out mostly just the emo vibes of that. Although we have a couple of tracks that are on the folksier side of things. But as we've introduced the acoustic guitar, we've mellowed things out a little bit. We've got some much heavier tracks than these, where that doesn't come from. But I think that a lot of Matt's comment comes from the fact that this isn't the first time this has happened, where people see Birdie Country and they're like, oh, country band. But you wouldn't put rock maybe in your band. We wouldn't be Birdie Rock if we were a rock band, or
Right.
Birdie Rap is a rap group. The name actually comes from disc golf, which is funny, but it's not related to the genre. So
Scott from KJ and the Good Time Family Band says not really folky.
Like 10%.
10%. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Evan says yes.
Yeah, he says, but not at the
Boots.
forefront.
Not the forefront.
Yeah, I mean, I think with band names, like, it
I'm
kind
on
of goes
that.
with, like, lyrics. It's just, like, at some point, like, it's whatever you intended, it doesn't really matter at some point, because it's, like, you're giving it to the listener, and it's really at the listener's disposal at some point, Like, with genre or with, like, how they take it personally or whatever, it's just, like, you may have an intention, but, like, if it comes across, that's like kind of on you guys in a way,
Names are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even
fair.
like my own. I don't like my own band name all that much, But it's just, that's what we're
It's just
called.
what it is now. Yeah.
What it's called. It's been a decade of it,
Yeah.
Oh, is he out of here? Did he get arrested?
is he driving and
Okay.
there he is.
Dang.
Are you driving? Why are you doing this?
There, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm parked. I'm in the middle of my work day as an ice delivery driver right now.
Oh.
And I just stopped for lunch so I could take this Zoom call and,
Really
cool
appreciate
off.
it. Yeah.
So
Are you sitting in the ice right now?
no, I agree
Okay.
with Dan's comments on, you give everything away like after your name. It's kind of like naming your child and sending them off in the world with like whatever name they have. And like, maybe you named your child a stupid name and they just have to deal with that. And people are going to have their opinions about them because of their name.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
I like the name.
Yeah. It's better than our name.
Thank
should
you.
Should I not like it? Should I stop liking it?
Yeah, stop it.
It's up to you. It's your name now. Do with what you want.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming to the podcast. We're called Birdie Country. We review music from West Michigan artists. We have Bandscamps on with us. Okay. That's interesting. What else?
What I was going to ask, one questions I asked a lot was, once you get vaccinated, what's the first thing you're going to do once you're vaccinated and safe? And since you all are at that stage, what's the first thing you did that you wouldn't have done before you were vaccinated?
Mine's so lame, but we had a real life in-person meeting at work. All the vaccinated people, and then the couple people that weren't called into it, and we had it up on the screen, but we like actually met in person. It's like, what?
Wow.
That's so rad. It's exciting.
You're probably done with Zoom forever.
I want to be. My work is very much Zoom centric.
See, for us, I've only used it for fun all year. So when people are like hesitant to it, I'm like, oh, like, come on,
man.
Because I'm like, I'm a hermit. Wow,
dude,
you're really fast with
Yo,
those.
can we give a shout out to Jeremy?
That's Wicker Basket over there.
Wicker
We're gonna have
killing
to
it.
turn the camera after we say goodbye to y'all.
It's never gonna get old.
Let me see the names here. Jacob, is that right?
Yeah, let's hear some more from Jacob.
Jacob's a drummer, right?
Yeah.
He's got a drummer personality a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's got one of them. There's like 3 major drummer personalities.
Yeah, there's like the quiet one, and then there's like Josh Stacy.
Josh Davis.
The part about drumming is I get to sit right in the back and just hide behind my drums and play along.
Are you a shirt off drummer?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to make that transition.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
I've always wanted.
That's sick, dude.
I want to be a shirt off guitar player. I'm way too jiggly, man. It's like not hot, you know.
Yeah.
I'll get there, dude. If I ever get buff, you will see me
Yeah.
oiled and playing guitar.
Nice. I think I'm only gonna wear shorts now for shows.
Yeah. Jacob, what did you do for anything? Your first thing after getting vaxxed that you participated in that you wouldn't have before, or have you not done that yet?
Yeah, no, life hasn't changed. I'm still actually finishing up college right now, so I'm
Okay.
in my apartment doing online school all day.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, life has not changed whatsoever.
The grind is real.
We owe Jake one major night out though when we feel comfortable doing that because he turned 21 in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh my goodness.
Go out.
Dude.
Oh, that's
you
a
were
bummer.
robbed. That's highway robbery.
I never even. That's the first time I even thought about people in that situation. I thought about high school kids or about like old folks or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, or people got married. Not being able to go to a bar on your 21st. Can we come?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
You have so much reverb on that.
It's
Is there
so
any? Does it
much.
ever end? No. Can you guys hear those drops or no?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
there's drops going on the whole time. I didn't think you could. I was like,
They're ridiculous. Just rewatch this
yeah.
afterwards.
That's so. Whenever keep laughing, there's just massive drops happening.
My God.
We'll have to find a way to get that through. Matthew, did you do? Have you said you're vaxxed too?
I am.
Did you did your life change much from the pandemic? And if so, because I didn't have that, what was the first thing you did after getting vaxxed that you wouldn't have done during the pandemic that you were like looking forward to? Like, I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah,
Or
my
that was-
life changed a good amount. Yeah, I was laid off. I was working as a geologist. I just graduated college and with my geology degree, and I got a job as a geologist for a small environmental firm. And I was there for 6 weeks in one day when the pandemic, everything, and like the governor ordered the stay-at-home order, and I was laid off.
Dude.
So that was kind of a big change, but then kind of made the most of that situation, and me and my girlfriend car camped around Lake Michigan. Like we just drove around the whole lake, and we stopped at little sites on the water, and we converted the back of my SUV, which I originally got and set up for like band stuff. When we'd be traveling, 2 people could like lay down in the back on a mattress, and then 2 people in the front would like drive and ride shotgun. But we could just do it, the 2 of us, and we could just camp anywhere because we just had like a 4-wheel drive car. So we spent like 2 months just driving around doing that. And then I was like, all right, I guess I should go get another job. And then I got another job doing drilling for like 6 months. It's the worst. If you've ever known a driller, I'm sorry. They're usually miserable people. And I had to work with those people for like 6 months. And it was a nightmare. And then I said, I'm over it. And I quit. Now I drive ice around because I'm working on my next little gig. But yeah, since I got my vaccine, I think the coolest thing is, I guess now that like they lifted the mask mandate on some places, if you're vaccinated, there's this one like Whole Foods store near my house where you can go and like fill up your reusable containers. And I walked in, and like both people working weren't wearing a mask. And like it took me a minute to even notice. And my girlfriend was like picking out a spice, and she's like, "Is it okay if I pull my mask down to smell this?" And then the girl just looked at her like without a mask, like, and my girlfriend's like, "Oh, nice." And then we're like, "Oh, nice." And then we just took off our masks, and then we just like stood there and talked to this like worker for, I don't know, 15 minutes, just because it was so nice to actually just stand in the presence of a stranger and talk to them again in like a common space and not have to feel like we're rushing out of it.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's true. The rushingness and the hurriedness is something that I don't really like.
Yeah.
I like not talking to strangers because they usually bother me. So like it's been like a really good vacation from people.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the social thing. There's so many little things about it that you didn't realize how it was affecting you. Like I think I have like trauma from the last year, like straight up.
Yeah, like
I think-
our friend Sam had like a little birthday get together, and I was planning on going, and then like, I kind of got like social anxiety.
I didn't go.
I didn't
I didn't go either,
because
yeah.
I was like, I used the rain as an excuse.
She
but
lives right over here.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
I was-
yeah,
and I was-
I was fucking hungover as fuck. That's why we didn't go.
Yeah.
But
I was just like, I don't know. I was just like, man, like I don't know what to do.
yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to carry that for a little while.
It's only been like a week and a half, right? Like since they lifted the mandate. So like, you just be like, oh, I'm good now. Let's go. You know, I used to fucking party too, man. I party with people. I'd have like close, intimate situations with like people or like lots of people in like festival situations. You know,
or it was just a
all the
common
time.
thing to go to a show and then party.
It was like such a part of our lives. So it's gonna take a second, but hopefully, like people can get some cool shows and make some money when it all happens. I'm into that.
Yeah, we were just talking last night. Oh,
Taylor, those basement shows feel like a lifetime ago, right?
Yeah, we used to play. We started a little house venue with some of our friends, and we used to play these packed basement shows there. And
40 to 60 sweaty strangers just shoulder to shoulder in a closed like basement with airway. Unbelievable.
Why did we do that?
It was fun. It's fun as shit.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to doing that again.
Because you didn't get sick from other people.
Yeah.
Like real. I mean, I think we all do from the basement. So that there's asbestos and shit. So we're probably all fucked. But
yeah, we all have PFAS in this now.
Yeah. Yeah. we all do from swimming.
That's right.
The foamy stuff.
Yeah. That's the best stuff.
Yeah, done a lot of PFAS work as a geologist.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I know a few geologists, oddly.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah.
Me too.
Would I know him?
I think there's like this like kind of like like discretion when you're talking about geologists. They don't want to know who each other are, you know.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they might pretend like that's not true, you know.
Right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Classic geology.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Right.
Any questions for Birdie Country in the chat? Anybody?
Yeah, let's get some folks in the
what
chat.
What time we got too, by the way?
We got 12:16.
Okay.
So I got about 15 more minutes here. So let's see here. Josh says the best. I think he's referring to PFAS. Yeah.
As a geologist and a trained member of the scientific community, I can counter that statement with "It's not the best."
So we are crunched for time. So I want to open the floor to you guys. Do you have anything you want to say? Any questions? Anything you want to clear up? Anything you want to plug? I know it's a lot of things. Or any conversations you want to start. I don't care. I'll talk about anything. Literally.
Yeah, literally.
What's the main plug? What is the go-to plug? Listen to our new singles, In My Head and 010 on all your favorite streaming platforms.
Nice, Taylor. Nice.
Nailed it. Yes.
Nailed it. What is the largest animal you think you could kill in a fair fight?
Is that us? Mine's human.
What was the question?
What was the largest animal you think you could?
You can't count a human.
No,
human. I can fight a large dog.
I would say probably for me
like large, like pit bull mastiff mix. I could fight that.
I could not. I would say for me then I'm gonna say like a wombat. Wombat's my answer.
I'm having a during a wombat.
Yeah.
Evan Woots asked, "Who's the hip hop head in the group?"
I think probably me, Taylor, and Jake definitely all have a lot of listening history in hip hop. Lately, it's Jake more with the current stuff, but me and Taylor are both like huge early 2000s, late 90s hip hop fans. The whole Dr. Dre, NWA, and then after that, all those Fallout artists like with Snoop Dogg and Eminem, obviously from Michigan. Everyone from Michigan claims Eminem. But his like that whole scene and I think that's the golden era of hip hop and rap. I know everyone gives credit to Tupac and Biggie, but I listened to some of that. I just really think it came like directly after that with the whole scene with with the NWA and Dr. Dre, specifically revolving around Dr. Dre.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way that we combine, because Matt definitely is like quite into the hip hop stuff, as well as Jake. Sam, who can't be here today, I'll speak for him, is a huge pop punk head, major Green Day fan, all that kind of stuff. And you really hear that in a lot of our guitar work. Another song we released early pandemic, Makeup, is kind of a brainchild of Sam's in the guitar world, very, very punk heavy. And then, I come from more of like the Americana folky world myself. There's a banjo back there somewhere. So, I like that kind of stuff. And I think that bleeds through a little bit in my guitar playing, and all of us are kind of, into the classic rock, early 2000s stuff too. In My Head's interesting because that song started, I wrote that intro riff to it and I brought it to Matt and I'm like, I can't not sound like a Tom Petty song. Do something with it. Here's how you play it. Just sit on this. And then, as often this is how this goes, I take it to Matt, and then, later he's like, hey, cool, check it out. Here's a full song with it. Like, great. Perfect. Let's work with that. So, it's weird. Yeah. A lot of different genre influences across the board, which I think is why we are hard to nail down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it shines through. Hip hop, like as a genre, for anyone even my age, I'm almost like 40 and younger. We all listen to it, at some point. There's a lot of people that were like, "Oh, I don't like rap music," blah blah blah, and people that just don't like black music in general because of racism and other reasons. But like, it's been so influential, even in our music. We have
dude.
In your music, in my music, hip hop. Wicker Basket's music, it's all over the place.
It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Sorry, these drops are.
I know. I feel bad they can't hear them.
I know.
We're gonna fix that, you guys.
I kind of like the optics here awkwardly though while they happen. We all just like kind of sit here, just like, and there's just like crazy drops going on. I like this. This maybe work.
It really is like that.
We're gonna get better at this.
Yeah.
Shit. I had something I was gonna say and I forgot.
Well, let's ask them the question. Like,
okay,
what are you guys listening to lately? Like, recommend us some music.
I have been just deeply diving into Pine Grove's latest album. Personally, if you're a Pine Grove fan, I would check it out. They released that like just pre-pandemic, slightly before, slightly early, something like that. Super good though. That's been my vibe.
Nice.
Frightened Rabbit is a band from Scotland. They're not active anymore because the lead singer Scott Hutchinson committed suicide a couple of years ago. But they are an incredible act, incredible band. Actually, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. But I sometimes take a couple, like a year or two break from really listening to them a ton. I'm back in them now, and they're definitely worth checking out. And if you're curious about a lot of our sound influence, I think you can find a lot of it in that band. It's weird because like he sings with a really heavy Scottish accent, but they are kind of like Scottish folk emo punk, and it's really fun. And the lyricism in that is the strongest lyricism of any band I have ever listened to.
I like Scottish bands.
Oh yeah, I saw them at the Pyramid Scheme.
Oh, very cool.
Years ago.
Interesting.
Nice, you were there. I was there.
Yeah.
Very cool. I've heard their name a lot. I'm sorry, Jacob. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say mine's not so underground, but obviously anything Blink 182 is good. Anytime. Pre-Tom, post-Tom, like I like it all. But
you like it all?
I might be biased just because the drummer Travis Barker.
The opinions of Jacob do not reflect the opinions of all of Birdie Country.
Blink's okay. Blink's fine.
Dude, Blink's like they're like legendary.
Yeah, but we're not talking
important.
Like 9 here.
Post-Tom is not for the rest of us.
You like pre-Tom? Do you like the stuff pre-Travis too? Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Pre-Travis is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. That one drum beat that Scott has is okay to listen to once.
That's where a lot of like my bass interest came from though. When I was younger, in like high school, I was hearing a lot of that stuff, right? And I was like, man, bass sounds cool. Like I want to play bass. And that's why I kind of started, songs like Carousel and stuff, of course. Every bass player's like Carousel, but for sure, that stuff is awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to be a bass player before I wanted to play guitar. And then I did guitar because I wanted to write songs.
Yeah, for me,
you're a pretty good bass player, though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you lay it down.
Those early Blink songs and then Rancid, those two bands were like, wow, bass is actually cool. I always thought
I love Rancid. I'm a big
Rancid
Rancid fan. Awesome. This has been awesome talking to you guys. What time we got, Dan? I think we got to run.
12:23. So we're right on time here.
Right on time. Any last words?
I would just say I love the podcast. Been listening to it. It's really cool.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So yeah, it was awesome that we were able to be a part of it. And,
thanks so much for taking the time to listen to our songs and give your honest feedback.
Thank you for trusting us to do that.
Yeah, if you got a full length coming out, send it our way. We'd love to listen to it.
Sorry, you're on a little bit of a delay. Sorry, what were you saying, Matt?
No, I'm not. I finished up.
Okay, cool.
I think you got if you heard everything I said. I hope.
Just say it again in case I didn't.
I was just thanking you for the honest feedback, because I think honest feedback is really hard to come by from friends and people that know you, and it's really fun to give your music to someone that's never met you and will bring a totally objective opinion and give you the truth. And I think that's a really valuable thing.
I think you all know exactly what we're trying to do, and that's
Exactly,
awesome. Like,
yeah.
and I want to thank you for trusting us to do that, because we didn't know each other, and we're trying to, but I think you all know where we're coming from, and we really liked it. We really really liked your release.
It's
and
good, man.
I'm gonna listen to the rest of your stuff.
Thank you.
Are
Thank you
guys
guys.
from Grand Rapids, or are you guys Grand Rapids local? Okay.
Awesome.
Well, we hope to see you play some shows. Yeah, we'll come out to a show.
We'll come out to the fucking 21st.
Yeah.
Message us.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Well,
it.
seriously.
We'll at least buy you a shot
Yeah,
virtually.
Yeah.
nice.
Please,
come
please,
do
please
come do a live Bandscamps episode from one of our shows someday.
That's the plan, honestly.
Live
Yeah.
Bandscamps.
That'd be sweet.
What were you saying, Jeremy?
Josh just says it's a truther podcast.
It's a truther podcast. Yeah.
Dang, called out.
We are. We're a
Yeah.
truther podcast. Josh and I were going to start like a conspiracy blog someday. Maybe we're going to.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the conspiracy?
Shh. Well, thank you so much, guys,
Yeah,
for coming
thanks-
on.
thanks so much.
Usually we kick you off, but I don't have control of the mouse anymore, and it's
Yeah.
way over there. So we need you guys to actually leave the. No, Jeremy, you can't do it. No, because you can't see it. You can't see what we're looking
never
at.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to just leave the.
I'll
leave
see
the, leave
myself
the
out.
meeting.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you
for
so
coming.
much. This is Birdie Country, everyone.
And then just go ahead and go to that other scene.
Yeah.
And let me know when we're live on the other scene. Cool.
Cool.
That was awesome.
Nice. We did it.
Yeah, that's been great, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
This has been episode 13 live recap. If you're just joining us, we're going to end in a second. You can watch it again. Hit the little alarm clock. That will notify you when we go live every week. We only have time for the one guest, and we didn't hear anything back from our other three artists. Artists, if you're watching and you want to be part of this, please message us. Email at bandscamps@gmail.com for submissions. You can support us at patreon.com/bandscamps. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. What are we doing? What's coming out on Tuesday?
Tuesday we have Moto with their album Underground.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Moto.
have Blushing Monk's album Serendipity.
This one is going to be a doozy, I think.
This one is a doozy.
Yeah. This one is
It's a doozy.
it is a doozy.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the conversation we had about this one, and I think we actually, for the most part, enjoyed
Ooh.
at least some aspects of them for sure.
I think that's a little bit of a tease.
Yeah.
It's a full disclosure moment.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
waiting for it, weren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
I was like,
Viewers, listeners, thank you so much for watching.
Patreon.com/Bandscamps.
We're gonna do more stuff like this as we go. Oh, Jeremy, let's get a
Oh,
quick
yeah.
a quick turnaround. Which just one quick one. Just say hi.
Yeah.
Which camera? This one? Sure. Yeah. Above last one. There's Jeremy.
There's Jeremy. Shout out to Wicker Basket. He did a great job.
Jeremy was our line producer tonight. He did a great job. And I don't know, maybe we'll fuck around on the broadcast for a little bit while you take
Yeah.
off. This has been Bandscamps live recap.
New episode this Tuesday.
And then you gotta just end the broadcast. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Where you gotta like